Spin carrying at 245, was that? Something like that.
Okay. That sounded like a decent hit.
252 carry.
252 carry.
And spinning at 3-1.
Spinning at 3-1.
Yeah.
Right, Dan, what club have you got in your hand? We're doing a live testing, everybody. Bring it up, Dan, so we can see it.
We have got the new Mizuno St180.
St180, the new Mizuno driver. Now, this is not part 2 of anything you've seen before. So what that means, this is a totally new driver. So this isn't like the player's edition of another one. This is a brand new build as such. So on the bottom we've got Wave Technology, I think they're calling it.
They're calling it Wave Technology at the front there. You can probably just read it in there.
Yeah, so we've got these waves here. And what this driver's doing is it's pulling on their fairway technology. We've seen that in the fairways. And I think in one of the drivers as well.
Yeah.
But we're seeing a lower, more forward CG on this one, giving it low spin.
Yeah, okay.
So this driver is really trying to get that better player who requires that lower spinning shot.
Yeah.
You know, another option in their range. So they're finding maybe with the other ones it's great, more all-encompassing driver, but some of their elite players maybe not going to it because they can't get it in the 1,800 spins, 1.9, that kind of, you know, that real kind of long ball place.
Yeah.
So let's see you hit some.
Okay.
Live testing. Doesn't get more raw than this.
No,
we would do it out on the course, but obviously we can't with the weather, and also we can't with the technology we use. But there will be other tests with this one where we do go out on the course and test as well. Hello, Mark Crossfield here behind camera speaking.
It is cold in the studio today, so the snood is on.
When you're ready. How'd you hit that?
Okay. Fractionally heel, maybe.
Okay, so Dan is a higher spinning player. He is spinning that one, you can see there. 3,000 and what have we got there? 3,500 revs.
Yeah.
That one.
238, 240.
What did it carry? It carried 236 on the app and the machine. Right, one rounds up, one rounds down a little bit. Okay, and again.
Lovely looking driver though.
Yes, it's a blue top.
Blue top.
Do you want to show the top of it?
Yeah.
To the cam. It's got the blue top with the kind of white lipstick round the outside.
Yeah, around here.
And it's got the Mizuno Running Bird logoed line up.
Yeah.
Does look standard Mizuno, lovely. Changeable neck.
Changeable neck, yeah.
Full loft options on that, I think.
Oh, it runs right the way from 7.5.
Yeah.
Up to 11.5.
And then no, if you show the bottom of the club, obviously there's no changeability as such. I mean, there is a port there.
There's a port there, isn't there? But
our key probably would go in there, but there's no, I'm not getting any weights with it. So it's much more of a, you know, it's not as changeable as some of the other ones they've brought out in the past. Because they've gone really changeable as well.
Yeah.
That is stunning. Luke H. Golf says, thanks Luke. I'm not sure if he means you or the club, Dan. I'm sure he means you.
Okay, a little bit bottom, so okay.
Get up, Dan. Master Guru follower. Get up. 243 carry. That one. So a little bit further for Dan on that one. Spinning at
3.2 was it, something like that?
Yeah, 3.174, which is you're getting rounded up to like 3.2.
I'll tell you what else I like about this is I don't know what's on the other drivers from Mizuno, but they've not taken the blue right to the end. It's like they've curved it up. That black face is curved up the front of here.
Okay.
And it's not quite as sharp, but it's really quite nice to look down on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they do make good looking clubs.
Yeah.
Nice shoes, Dan, from
thank you,
Peter Kenny.
Thank you very much.
Brown Foot Joys.
Yeah.
Have you borrowed Lockie's pink tees?
Yeah.
245 carry for Dan on that last one. You can see the top one there. And then if we go to spin on that one, 3.4. What would be your? You can spin up near 4,000, can't you?
I can get it up there, yeah.
So 3.4 is kind of in spin. It's still on the lower side for you, isn't it? You're not getting many in the 2000s, or are you?
if I go for that real high one,
Get up there.
that high one that we've been desperately trying to do, I can get it probably to like maybe 2.9.
Yeah.
Best.
Okay.
But my stock one is really up and around 3.5 plus. Really.
Yes. Yes.
That's me.
The 80s have not returned Dan's trousers.
No, they haven't. What's
Dan's normal carry? That's a good question. What have we got on some of the other tests from you? It's around this number, isn't it?
Yeah, it's two.
You're maxing at what? Yeah.
I could probably get one out there. Earlier, I got one at probably 261, but that hurts.
So you're averaging around. His normal carry is averaging around 250, 252. So if you look at these, if you take out the 236. The 245 is, I would say, that's about where his normal carry is, subject to it being cold in here today, which has to play its role. You've got layers on and stuff. Yeah. High one, Dan.
That's high for you, that one.
Is that going to be longer? Yeah, there we go.
265.
So he's got a better launch on that one, and there's your 263, the top one carry, and then the spin drops down to 2.7. So look again at the effect Dan has on all of this. You know, it's 236 to 263. That last one being his launch monitor shot. Does that make sense? You know, this is where I think people need to be very careful, which we will do more on the course with this club, because you know I like to get the course readings out there. They're trying to highlight this point.
Yeah.
You know, just hitting shots indoors. Dan could come here and hit 5 shots like that and be very... it would be quite a false representation of what you then go and do on the course.
Yeah, that's not my game swing.
Yeah, I mean, you will gain that shot every now and then, but it's not it's not what you can do off the first tee with a bit of tree around, are you?
No.
Nice carry, Dan.
Thank you.
Danny's good. Peter Kenny, 3 thumbs up. There you go, Dan. It's maybe Christmas. Dan is now good.
So yeah, back to my normal shot, 249 carry.
Yeah, and back up to 3 spin, 3,500 spin. You can see on that one.
Yeah.
He's back up there with a higher spin, and then dropping down. So it's an interesting one. I think Dan now. I mean, it's sitting right in his normal space for distance. If I can find, I'm using an app what I don't really normally use, guys, which is I'm a little bit slower on the numbers today, because here we go. If we look at Dan's, so he's launching average at 9.5, sorry, 11.9, 11.9 average, which you could play with a bit of extra loft, which you've done.
Yeah.
And his total spin is averaging 3.7 with his lowest down at 2.7, which I think is pretty fair numbers. I would go as far to say that is relatively low spinning, isn't it?
That is relatively low, and I don't hit them out at 265, so that's a good number for me, really.
Shall I just steal your glove, because I've forgotten my glove, so I'm going to go Dan's glove for this. So my initial reactions to the driver is it's definitely, I think I'd want the Mizuno driver to look like. The black face, blue top, Running Bird logo is always cool.
Yeah.
Changeable neck is fine, just gives that fitter more options. I like the cleanness of the sole.
I do, yeah.
I do think golf clubs are going a little bit...
I think a lot of Mizuno fans are going to like this.
Yeah, I think they will as well. The trouble with Mizuno when it comes to drivers is they're not, the fans are iron obsessed, which is fine because their irons aren't great.
Yeah.
I just think their drivers don't really get that fair showing in the world. But I mean, it all boils down to money at the end of the day. You know, getting it in your pro shop requires a business relationship between you and that company. There's so many more layers to it than, as in why they're not seeing it at home.
Yeah.
To if this looks good and performs good.
Yeah.
You know, there's more to it than that.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Because it performs as good as anything out there, I'm sure. But here we go. Let's see. Felt like that quite good.
Yeah, it was good.
3,200 revs, only going 245. That one.
So I've got on here going 240.
245.
Yeah, and then
I think it was, wasn't it?
245, and your spin there was
3 something.
That is. Can you see
243 spinning at 3,200. That surprised me. I thought that was better than that.
That's quite spinny for you, isn't it?
Yeah, but when we warmed up, I did feel like we were getting a few jumping numbers on the machine today. Which is very unlike quad. So that's more realistic. That's carrying 251, spinning down. The spin's gone now, but it was like 2,000.
Yeah. 2000. Let's get you on that, shall we? Just bear with me, people. I'm just learning my way around this system here.
So that was spinning at 2,300 revs, I think, around there.
Yeah.
At 251 carries. These are carry numbers, people. I think people forget that.
Someone said here about why is Dan spinning the ball more than you and Matt? I mean, we've done stuff on that, haven't we?
Yeah, well, Matt spins it similar to you. That's
Yeah.
to do with spin loft. If you look up the term spin
loft, yeah.
you'll start to understand why Dan. It's all about his delivery.
And we did another live on Get Up Dan, didn't we?
We could do
log
more.
on that.
People often ask that question. I look at that quite well. Yeah, there you go. That's more realistic numbers again. 257 carry.
Yeah, spinning at 2.6.
2,600 revs. So it's in there, isn't it? I mean, I do think this is a driver that's going to appeal to someone who wants.
You see him carrying there at 255 that last shot, yeah.
257, yeah.
257,
here,
yeah.
256.
Yeah.
So we get a 257 on the machine here. So there's three different devices capturing here, and all the same quad, but they round up and round different because obviously it's a big long number. They deliver like 1 yard difference sometimes.
Yeah.
A bit bottomy that one. Oh, it's done quite well. 256 carry spinning at 2,600 revs.
Yeah.
And I caught that one. If you just get on my face there, Dan, look with the club. I caught it like right in the middle. So my knuckleballs come from this strike point here.
Yeah.
Slightly high toes, I can feel. That one, I call that bottomy because the way I deliver, my centre of gravity is pushed a little bit more up here because centre of gravity is dynamic, or sweet spot, sorry, on the face moves as my path and face the path change. It's not always centre. So on that one, dead centre hits me about low because I'm trying to get it up the face and in the toe.
Yeah.
Which I've done videos on, I'll do more on because people don't quite get their head around that one. Right, let's try a couple more.
Custom fit me for a driver.
What's that?
Someone asking for a custom fit with a driver.
Put themselves in with Dan.
Morning, Mark and Dan from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Hello, Tennessee. That'll be an interesting one. There you go.
Right, 2.2.
261 carry, so near my 262 and spinning at 2,200 revs. And if we get the strike on that one,
that was nice.
you get on my face again there, Dan. It was there.
Yeah.
So close to my knuckleball.
Yeah.
I had one in warm up on this club where I got it 268 carry when I got into the 1.8 spin.
Yeah. Just whilst you're there with that rippling bottom that you've got on that driver.
Yeah. So the wave thing.
The wave thing. I mean, that's
technology.
quite interesting there. So just explain to me a little bit more about. Does that club's crumpling a bit at the bottom?
Yeah. So when you hit a ball, a face is moving. It's reacting as your impact happens, and they're trying to limit energy loss as that face moves.
Yeah.
So all the clubs nowadays have channels and things like that. That's there to try and use the energy that's being transferred between the two and then spring it back into the ball.
Yeah.
Obviously there's a limit to what they can do with that. I think, trampoline effect drivers, if there were no limits, could add some serious distance to a lot of people's games, but obviously it's controlled. The other thing Mizuno tell me is by using this wave that they've used this time and a bit more aggressively, like there's more of it, I think it's allowing them to their saving. I'm guessing, they didn't say this, but I'm guessing, they said the wave allows them to move the centre of gravity further forwards, which makes no sense in my head because that surely makes it lighter there. But if you look, it's quite a big chunk here of club.
You're right, let me get in there on that.
If you look at that.
That's quite chunky up the front there, isn't
so
it?
they're allowing themselves to put more weight down in here, which is moving the centre of gravity forward, which will make it a lower spinning club. They also say in their marketing that the crown, they've saved weight in the crown waffle design, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Which is, again, they're saving weight up there to position it lower and forwards.
Yeah.
I think this is a great driver for someone who wants that low spinning, it's an epic Sub-Zero competitor, or M1, M2, or M1 all weights forwards.
Yeah.
And Ping LS Tech.
D3 and tightness.
And D3 in tightness. See, every company does it. They have their low spinning version, but you're getting a pretty big footprint down by the ball, kind of 460 head.
Yeah.
So even though it's low spinning, it does feel and look pretty easy to hit. But obviously those two terms do contradict each other because the low spin can make it harder to control flights as well. But it certainly feels like I can swing at it with this big head. Yeah, not a bad shot. 250 spinning at 2295. You have a couple more finish there, Dan?
You've gone.
Yeah, cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I could game it.
It's more.
Here you go, Dan. I'll give you this. Look.
Thank you.
I love the blue too from Augustine.
Yeah.
Looks wise, marking it. You could use it. You couldn't. What do you think?
I could use this. Definitely, I could use this. I think it's.
Feel wise, off the face, those kind of things.
I was just going to say about that. It's a bit more tingy.
Yeah.
Than other drivers. What was I using before? I'm using the Titleist at the moment, but it's certainly tingier off the face than that driver, and certainly the M1 that I used before as well. So.
Yeah, so M1, because it's got that carbon top, I think creates quite a different sound, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I caught that T then, that was impressive.
You catch that T as well?
Was that 255, am I getting that one?
257 and spinning at 28. So that's.
So yeah, I'm getting 255 on the app. And if we go to the spin, that is low spin for Dan.
That is low.
257. The big question, people, with low spin, and I've done it a few years, and I've done it with my Sub-Zero this year, where I've gone back for the last 3 months of the year using my just standard Epic, is it's making low spin sustainable. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So low spin without doubt gives me my longest numbers in here. On launch monitor testing, I get 268 carries, 272s, I've had 280s, like everything falls into place, button ball.
Yeah.
And then I play with it over a season because I'm seduced by those numbers, and I equally get 235 carries because I get one in, I hit it in a lower spinning position, spin drops down to 1,200 revs and it just like falls out the air, and I think, well, I don't want them. I can do without the really long knuckleballs because I can still get them with a 2,500 spin model because I can just strike it optimum. I just don't want the 1,200s because those ones just go out the end, they're super short. So it's making it sustainable. I think for someone like you who spins up nearer 4,000 revs on a bad hit, I'm very rarely ever getting to 4,000 revs. This makes a lot more sense.
It does.
I think for a low spinner like me, it's a gamble. It comes off, but then it quite equally buggers me up as well. Go on, let's have a couple more then. So looks, I think we're both approving, aren't we?
Yeah, we both like the look
Sound,
of this.
do you think slightly
not to a degree that I wasn't happy with it, but just it was, I suppose, a bit of a surprise, not what I've heard recently. But
yeah, someone's asked me, do you like more tingy sound? I kind of don't care that much about the sound. I can build the sound into the look. If it looks good and then it sounds a certain way, I can think, oh, this looks and feels nice. It like overrides.
Yeah, I think it'll override.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad sound. It was just not what I was used to, I suppose.
Interesting question here. This one, which one is better, Titleist or Mizuno Driving Mark? From Adam. I think they're both good, and it's more a case of you going and getting fitted for them. I could game both of them very easily. Titleist obviously have two models, D2, D3, to try and manipulate spins. And obviously Mizuno have a few models trying to do the same things. It'll come down to looks and feel.
Personal preference for each individual.
Thanks for asking my tingy question, no problem. Again, not a bad one, Dan. 253. If I'm still getting the right shot there, my app's gone to sleep.
253 spinning at 27, nearly 28.
So I would say if you bring the club in to show, let's go out on. I think the club is pretty good looking.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lower spinning club from Mizuno, and I think it would appeal to anyone who's trying to control that spin to a certain level if they're in the higher ends of spin.
Yeah.
Looks wise, it's as good as anything. The wave bit on the bottom is allowing them to move the weight. I wouldn't read into rebounds and that as much as will be marketed at you from all the companies.
Yeah.
I think that's a good club.
And this is out now, yeah?
Out in the UK in the new year. It's out in America now, I think, but I'm not so good on all those release dates because I try not to.
Yeah.
I just want to give
coming,
you information on the club.
Coming soon.
Coming soon, as they say, Dan.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time, Dan.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to hit that thumbs up button down below if you like the live tests. We'll try and do more of them.
Yeah.
Because I do think they're quite revealing for people just to watch how the numbers jump and those kind of things.
Yeah.
Hit the subscribe button if you don't already to the channel. Loads of videos. And it's Star Wars Day, Dan.
Oh, you're going.
I am going tonight. I'm going home now to get dressed as a Jedi. Goodbye.